to get back when someone's unchecked. I like that it's late. Not as busy.
Sorry for the interruption. Peeling paint in the gutters. Wood rot, really not bad. The roof above this is pretty bad, and that's probably why it was leaking. It's a roll roof on top of there. That's basement. And then this is the rear access to the main floor apartment. Each side has one. Nice little parking area. You can probably fit 5 or 6 cars back here. 6 cars maybe. Light posts on each side, and then this window will come into play later. That is the 3rd floor attic access. Wide open room up top, could potentially be blown open for a doorway, and then bring a staircase down that posts off of that roof somehow for a landing and comes out. It becomes a back entrance to that 3rd floor upstairs, which would unlock an attic apartment if possible, if we could make utilities line up. It looks like there are 5 active meters. They do all go downstairs into that basement apartment. There are 2 basement apartments right now. Looks like there are 2 gas meters, 2 dryer vents. I did not see a lot of laundry. That's one thing I did not see. We could, like I said, separate that basement apartment. This side is another basement apartment. That becomes the rear entrance to the main floor on this half, on the west half. So basically there's a main floor apartment on the east and west. So 2 main floor apartments, 2 upstairs apartments, one on the east and west. It's basically a mirrored house. Then 2 downstairs apartments and potentially an attic apartment. That is the entrance. Really not in bad shape. This house next door has a condemned unit, and that may be a play to try to get that one, but downstairs basement, bee's nest going into the rot. Downspouts are tiled out, got some conduit running different places, window AC units, all wood windows. They do have some aluminum storms on this side. This side seems to be nicer, and these are the ones that are rented. So main floor on this side is rented. This would be the west half, that is the east half. Round windows. Paint is peeling, but porch seems to be in pretty good shape. One spot that it's sagging. Posts are great. Really could just use jazzed up. And every time we pull a permit, they're going to require us to do more than what we want to do. Colors have to be approved by the West Central Neighborhood Association, and we have to get a certificate of appropriateness. Hold on a second here while I open this door. So this becomes entrance into the east half. So that would become the entrance into the main floor apartment. This is front entrance into the upstairs apartment. There is a rear entrance, but it is connected down to the main floor, so not accessible. So really that's the only entrance. This unit, I mean, power is on. Original hardwood in pretty good shape. Nice thick trim, little alcove thing. Windows are not bad. Could definitely use refurbished. Reglazed from the outside. I think aluminum storms are allowed, so that may be a good play. New ropes. I just threw a whole bunch of ropes and counterweights away from old windows. I wish I would have kept them. Ceiling fan in here. So this would become a bedroom. So the main floor has 2 bedrooms, potentially. Or I guess 1 bed and an office. So this looks out onto the front porch. So definitely a great bedroom spot. Little closet. Glass doors. Plaster's really in good shape. I guess this would become main living room. Maybe put a TV up top above there. Gas fireplace. Nice little built-in shelves around it. I mean, actually pretty beautiful. Forced air. Does have a furnace. Does not have air conditioning. All of the doors are present and accounted for. I mean, just a nice, thick, heavy door. Another closet. Light switches over here. So I guess this would become a formal dining room. More people would probably use it as an office or a second living space. Same with the wood windows. They do just have screens on it right now. Out in the hallway, in the main entryway. Go back out real quick. I guess we'll wait until I go upstairs, but they have all the storm windows and the missing panes are in there. Glass knobs. Just a little like broom closet, coat closet. So it could be potentially used as another bedroom, you know, especially if there was a wall across here or a curtain. Somebody could use it as a sleeping room to not obstruct, you know, back into here. But I guess you don't want to walk through the bedroom to get into the kitchen and bathroom every time. This is the back staircase up to the second floor unit. So we have this. I don't know where that leads. That looks like it's probably the back side of the kitchen. But potentially we could blow out this side and get to the outside, and then this would just become a second entrance to upstairs. I don't know if that gains us anything, really, because the upstairs already has the grand front entrance. This is kitchen and dining, so we got a little ceiling fan there. That was where we had the soffit damage. Definitely needs a new roofing membrane outside. That's the basement entrance door. I think that's where we're getting some mustiness downstairs too. Floor's a little wonky. That's the high spot, and it does kind of dive off into a couple of different directions there. Fridge is on. Got a gas stove. Could probably use some cabinets. You know, potentially some windows refitting. It does kind of dive down there, so it does not seal very well. But again, everything is workable. A little spice cabinet. Some flooring, a little banquette. I mean, could maybe make a small table right there. This is actually kind of cool. Iron board with a sleeve attachment. Pantry cabinet. Completely workable. Bathroom is not bad down here. Tile shower. I mean, you could probably let that ride for a little bit. Refurbish the window, frost the panels, you know, just with a tint. It's got ductwork. Keep the wall-mounted sink. Try to just keep everything that we can. Hey. Bathroom storage, nice tall ceiling, no ventilation, but could possibly poke something out through the side. So that does go upstairs, but we will take the actual grand entryway and not the mouse shut hallway. Closet, so actually a decent amount of closets too. I'm gonna turn the lights off as we go. So yeah, that is first unit. This is the closet that has the the storm panes. Nice grand staircase. I mean, ornate woodwork. All of the old wood panels. So this becomes upstairs. Upstairs is actually a full 2-bedroom. And we'll post a solid. A little bit of plaster damage from moving stuff. This missing cap is upstairs in one of the closets. Wall mounted light is missing. Yep, lights work. Okay. Entry door to up top definitely smells like cat piss. This is a legitimate 2-bedroom unit. Woodwork is not as great. Definitely has some melted wax. Can get out on top of the roof out here for painting and stuff to be able to reach that. This is wide open. That's just thick plexiglass that goes to the outside. That needs to be covered up soon, but honestly, it's venting the cat piss smell. Newel post. So this would be closet for bedroom 1 up top. Really not bad. Does have at least one duct right there to kick some air. Storage. This would become bedroom 2. Cool little bar. Little dry bar in here. Light works. Kind of same thing for the windows. Could just really be refurbished. Storm windows are kind of shit. Gonna have to get my lead base certificate renewed. So nice little closet. So 2 full beds. This is another closet. Actually pretty decent sized. And then I guess this would become the only real living room. Nice little closet in here again. Dead mouse. So windows are a long-term play. This one looks like it's been refabricated. There's a nice little metal roof out there above that entry. So this would be living area. If we could do a sectional right here, that would work. You know, TV and everything over in the corner. Then potentially add some more cabinets over here. The kitchen is kind of lacking. If we did a pantry cabinet or just wall cabinet mounted to the floor and mounted to the wall over here with a little countertop, that would be the width that we would need. And then this is kind of nice little dining area. So I'm assuming that these are mirrored because that has the same area next door. There's the back side of the paint. So it definitely needs scraped and painted, but the wood does not look terrible. Some of it does, huh? But yeah, it is what it is. We'll paint it. Already has some appliances in here. Probably could use some countertops, maybe even cabinets. Does have a vent hood. Yikes. Okay, I need a fridge. The oven is full of mouse shit. Mice have become a problem. But so far, everything is working. And then this is second floor bathroom. So we can maybe just tile the surround around here, leave the window frosted, potentially vent out through the side because it is hot. But really not a terrible bathroom. And then that goes up to the third floor. Third floor is insane. This was that back door to the second floor. So if we could figure out a way to connect the second floor to the third floor, that would be huge. But we can't without a different door into the bathroom. If we could go this way and blow that kitchen out and have the doorway be here and not need this door, this could become just an entrance. I don't know. It's a lot of reconfiguring. Third floor is insane. hot as hell. Cool wallpaper, newspaper from 1969. This could become, you know, a full bedroom, potentially even a bath. We tear this wall out. We do have this rear area, but the other side is way more open. That vent goes all the way down, but I guess once you tie a drain in up here, it no longer becomes a vent for the rest of the house, so it may kind of screw us. But we're over the bathroom. I mean, we could maybe get plumbing over there and create a master suite back here. This is just more space. It could kind of just become a transitional hallway, a little office space that's finished, looks out to the front. And then this, just wide open. So that's the other area that could become office space, and then would go back to the hallway to become a bedroom. This could just become, we would have to frame down, obviously, and get rid of the wall slope. We could floor over that entrance unless it connects over to the west side that we haven't seen yet. There's a possibility of adding a staircase down the side of the house outside, but just basically leveling some plumbing these walls down to be able to get kitchen cabinets and stuff in it. This could become that back entrance. So it does go down to that roof down there. There's the back parking area. This is actually scratch coated plaster. So wild, wild. Let's go check out the basement.